Hey, it's Jay Chatfield, Loving Yourself to Life. This is brought to you by Grace Guidance, where we motivate you to heal, inspire you to live and love your life on purpose. So, I'm a SAHM, right? You know, people want to say stay at home mom. So I am. I do work, but I've been mostly a stay at home mom for um the longest part of my adult life. So just the kids, but it's never just been the kids. It's always been the kids and maybe a little job here and there. Because I did mention that I worked at the YMCA because we went through this period of when my husband changed jobs and I just needed an out, honestly, an out from just the everyday day with my children. Even though when at that time my son was 6 months, I was like, I have to have some breathing time. So before I get right into it, I'm still predominantly at home. So my children are still homeschooled. I have a teenager that's 16, 14, and an 11-year old. So I'm still like in that middle part of just this journey because they're not yet adults, but they're becoming very well, very, very, very good people. Last night, my daughter went on a daddy daughter dance with, of course, my husband, her dad. This is their 11th year, she said, because she counts. And I'm so grateful for their relationship. I say it all the time. It has healed me, with those issues that I had not growing up with my dad being that close, and now him being in my life so closely, because we've chosen to move him closer to us as he go through his healing journey with cancer. So it's definitely something that has helped me heal to the person that I am today. My oldest son had his first like little teen meetup. He's 14, and I dropped him off for 3 hours to hang out by the fire, s'mores. But then he tells me he was just hanging out with the adults. Typical my children. I mean, I know they have, but they just their conversation is so high level sometimes that yeah, adults come to me and says, "What are you doing?" Because I should have did this with my children. They are children. They are still children. My children still love teddy bears. They still love collecting. They play their games. I make sure that they um, embrace that, and I tell them to continue because I'm about to order me some little dolls and build me a little village. I love playing with like little dolls, and y'all know I like to color and all that. So I believe that they should keep their childhood intact for the rest of their life. It should never go away. Just do the things that you love, which is why I have this channel. Then my youngest, he and we went to dinner, and when we walked in, people were kind of like looking at us, and for some reason, last time he and I went to this place, this guy thought that I was a single mom and he paid for our food. I wasn't going to tell him like, wait a minute. No, I was like, thank you so much, because again, that was a gift from the universe of God to us. And I'm just so grateful that I was in the position and the mindset to receive it. I don't have anything to do with what you thinking, but it benefited us. I'm appreciative. So he went in and he chose our seats. He pulled my chair out. He pulled his chair out. And then when we sat down to eat, he wanted to lift the vibrations of the food. He prayed over it. And I was like, like I said, the ladies was looking like, what are you doing with this young man? And most of the first comment that came to my mind is, I'm just with him. We are just being. We're not striving for anything. We don't have, and this is no knock on anybody else. There's no test for us to study for. There's no pressure. It's just being together and loving the presence of each other. And we sit, we talk. He's my most talkative one, and so am I. So we sit and we talk, and sometimes we just eat, and then we just ate in silence and just, like I said, just enjoy being with each other, which I think is training him for when he does choose a young lady one day. or they choose each other, but he'll tell you he's not getting married and having children. Um, but I know his numbers. Please, he gonna probably have the most children. So anyway, um, to my stay-at-home moms, it is so worth it. It is so worth it, and I want to tell you when it becomes worth it. It becomes worth it when you understand how you can internally um, take control over your life in order to see into the lives of those that's around you. Because when you're spiraling and when you're trying to figure out certain things because you have been misplaced um, mentally. So let's talk about that, because misplaced mentally means that you think that you have to be due and whatever someone else has set in place for you. Like you have to do this as a mom. Some people get it in their head that they're not worth it at being a stay-at-home mom because it's a privilege. But then because it used to be, and then now, oh, you were whatever these words they use now, pick me's or whatever like that, or you just don't want to do anything and you just want a man to take, even if you don't have children, whatever it is, that messes with your mental if you let it. And it does until you understand, until you get to the meat of what your purpose is. As a stay-at-home mom, there is a purpose. Like this just didn't happen like my auntie say. She said, oh, you S and fell in it. This wasn't that way. Yeah, things may have happened and to get you here, but you're here for a reason, right? You're in this position to be for a reason. Like people are in other positions and playing their roles out in the world. You're in this position for the reason. So I'm asking you, what is your reason? And if you say you don't know, that's okay. Because for a long time, I did not know. I just thought I was a wife, I was a mother, I was a cook, I was I was a first handmaid, I was you come home, you need your needs met, whether I want them to be in, I'm just there, you know what I'm saying? And it was such an empty lifestyle. It was very empty because I didn't have any value that I set upon myself. I let other people set a value on me. So when you set a value on yourself, which is whatever you think, because baby, I'm invaluable. I don't know what anybody else said, how other people feel about themselves, but it took me a while to get here because I did decide to love myself to life. These allergies, man, it went from being 100 degrees in Texas to 30 today. Crazy. Like, who's playing with this thing out here? When I really understood my gifts, my purpose, and my creativity, that's what works well in this house. And then I'm still putting it in perspective of how it works with my husband because he's such a natural leader. He's just very sure. And if he's not, he doesn't show that to us, but we follow him. I would put my blindfolds on and follow him, but I'm figuring out how to make that work with us. So but that's within my creativity. And like I say, I'll talk more about this because I feel like stay-at-home moms, we're so essential. We're so needed. Like they say, essential jobs. Yes, we're essential because in the main part of your life, the place where you desire that peace, that home, like I showed you guys, I don't know if you guys aren't on my Facebook, my husband, we had this comforter for years and it had a hole in it. And every time I came to make up the bed and clean it, I was like, damn, this hole is here. Like, it made me feel like I had some type of poverty mindset or something. Like, why the hell we sleep? I'm sorry. Woo, the real girl came out. I'm always real. I'm like, why do we got a hole in the blanket? Like, we don't even have to live like this. But it wasn't something that was a priority to one my husband or me. So I'm working and I'm like, you know what I'm going to do next time? What I'm going to do next time is I am going to go buy us a nice comforter because I want to feel amazing in my bed and I want to bring peace to my bed. Now, this wasn't my husband's thing, and I'm just giving you a small example. So I did go to Goodwill because my daughter needed like this little costume for her thing, but I found a brand new comforter there, like a size for the king size bed, and people was like, "Oh, dude, this one was." I took tags off of this one, and I'll show you real quick. Look at this. If you haven't seen it on my channel, right? This is it right here. Look at this. See it? So listen, when my husband came home, I had the candles lit, little comforter on the bed. I had a little comforter on the bed. Y'all see me? Girl. Okay. The little comforter on the bed. And I jump in. I said, I got a surprise for you. Like, I made this whole thing, turn on my little lights. And he come in and he was like, y'all know men, man, be like, well, you leading me to the bedroom. But I was like, I'm all looking at him like that. He's like, what? I said, a comforter. He was like, okay. That's what he did, right? He said, okay, it look nice. Now, I was like, I got in bed, I'm looking at him like, he was like, and I was like, don't this feel luxurious, isn't it? Like, ooh. And he was like, yeah, it's nice. That's him. Yeah, it's nice. Couple of weeks went by, right? So we always like to talk in the morning, but sometimes before he goes in for his fire shift. And he was like, I'm so glad you bought this comforter. It feels nice. It feels peaceful right here in the bed. I said that because the people around you don't know what they need, but because you're inside and that intuitive thing happens, you can see the little things that changes the environment. The little things, because you have that inside track. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if your mind is built in this little chaos and it's like you're competing for yourself, and then you don't have the time to kind of look at your house and look at all the other things. My husband has a stressful job. One thing that he needs is a peaceful bed. I need to feel like I'm providing myself with something that's nice. So even though to him it wasn't as nice as for me, but I loved it. But then he realized, man, this thing is cozy. I can go to sleep real good. He come home and go straight to snoring, So that's something that I can provide. Then now my kids like it. I'm like, get out my room. Okay, go over there. I bought you comforters last year before I even bought mine. Go over there, But when you're in this spot, when you're in this position, it is so clear. When you work on yourself, when you stop doing what everybody else thinks that you should be doing, you will get to that place of where not only are your intentions for yourself and you can see the things that for yourself, like right now, working on my health, because I already told y'all in like 5 videos back, girlfriend needs to get this together. You can see what's going on in your house. And you can make that place the best place for you, the best teaching place, even if you don't homeschool. Just seeing things before they happen, getting that intuitive button pushed in you before other people see it, little things. And I want to encourage you to do so. So I do, and I am doing more coaching now. I do have a free 30-minute consultation where we talk about your most pressing issue, because usually your most pressing issue as a stay-at-home mom, it will stem out to be other things, and that once you get to that core thing, you'll start to open up your eyes to how to divide and then focus and move into a peaceful, restful, more cognitive heart space, decision making. And I've learned this by doing Loving Yourself to Life for the last, I feel like it's been about, I think I started when I was 30, so 10 years. And I'm excited. I love to share these little gems that I've learned along the way, everything I can't share online, because my husband's he's a pretty private guy. You'll never see him in my live unless I got him drunk or something. But it's like, cause he's like, you do you, You know what I'm saying? Leave me out of it. But I do talk about us in a way that keeps it respectful for him, because I know this is not his life. This is what I do. I'm the teacher healer. He has his own thing, the way that, how he does it. So I respect him. But in our consultations, I may go into a little things to relate to you, but not to sit down and be like, girl, yeah, me too. Oh my God. Because that's not what we're here to do. We're here to make a change. We're not here to bond and to feel even worse when you get off the phone. We're not doing that. But if you do want to speak with me, go ahead and go to my website, www.graceguidance.com, and free 30-minute consultation. I'd love to speak with you. As always, do something for you that only you will love. Have a love yourself day.